games and the... Oh, crikey.
When you were... That's an interesting shot, isn't it? That one from over your shoulder, Karen. That's quite nice. Let's have another look at that. Oh, look at that.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, yes.
That's new.
What have you got there on the back of your
We
jacket?
like
Is
a bit
that
of
stain?
variety on breakfast.
When you were a little girl, did you go to the Royal Easter Show? Did your parents used to take you along?
I did, and the rides, absolutely love the rides. I'm a bit of a junkie when it comes to roller coasters.
Oh, there you go. She's a little bit of an adventure thing.
Did you go in your clothes?
Sorry?
Did you go in your clothes?
And your pointers?
Yes, I did.
Did you? Because my parents used to take me in pyjamas
Oh, dear.
to the Easter Show.
That does explain
Why?
a lot.
Well, I've never thought to ask him. It's too late with my father now. He's dead. I'll never know why he put me in pyjamas to take me to the show, but I could ask my mother.
They preferred the nightlife to
Oh, well, it was
you
always the
went
night
at
one.
night in your
Yeah, we went at night. And I remember
a bit
once...
nippy.
Well,
But you get your little dressing gown and slippers on as well.
I must have my little slippers on, I suppose.
You must
Or did I
have.
wear little candles? But I remember, I go in my jammies, and I took Teddy with me, and I just thought the
And your
Easter
blankie
show...
and your dummy.
Yeah, no, I wasn't that young. And I remember one Easter show, and I've said this before, but it sticks in my mind. I walked up and there was this crowd of people. You know, there's sawdust on the floor at the Royal Easter Show in those days. You know, this is the old days when they still had sawdust. Anyway,
1923.
I know, and there was always
Nowadays there's
cattle.
probably lead or something, and you're not allowed to walk on it.
No, that's right. Now it'll be linoleum.
Any chance you could get to the point?
Well, yeah, so anyway, I go up and there's this crowd of people. So there I am in my jammies with Teddy, muscling my way in, and they were all looking at this wall of TVs. And every TV had a picture of a bowl of fruit, the same bowl of fruit on it. And right in the middle there was a colour TV. And there were people
wasn't that
standing there in
exciting?
awe of this coloured television. Right
Look at the yellow,
Yeah.
look at the orange.
And I remember thinking, you know, I wonder if we'll ever have a colour TV.
Amazing.
I wonder if we could ever have that much money. All right, you should try going along in your jammies, though.
Right.
You can get to the front of
I
Keys, no
remember
worries.
that one. I can
All right.
still remember the smell of the candy floss, just from as a child, you know.
Yeah.
Whenever I smell it, that's what I think of.
Well, that's because they still have the smell of candy floss.
Well, that's
actually,
right, but
Karen.
it just reminds me of my youth, you see, because
Oh,
I wouldn't eat
fantastic.
it. I wouldn't dare eat it now.
Fantastic.
It would rot my teeth.
Really? Oh, no.
All right, moving right along.
Up next on Breakfast, we are...
The actual Auckland show, 164 years, as far as an Easter show, for about 53 years.
And what, I mean, every year, I mean, you have to have... Oh, look, there's the log roller in the background now. He is a world champion, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Darren Hudson's a 26-year-old from Canada. He's the world log rolling champion, and he's touring New Zealand. This is his last public appearance in New Zealand at the Royal Easter Show.
And so presumably what makes you the world champion is the amount of... Oh, we almost went. Is the amount of time you can roll on the log before presumably you fall in.
Yes, that will be the criteria for that, I would think.
Do we know, can he sustain the entire interview?
I'm sure he will. We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, we will.
Shortly.
Oh, I hope he can't, Robin. I hope he falls in, and to actually fall in for us, because clearly he's not going to by accident. Could you just shout out, fall?
Darren, fall.
Fantastic. That was a spectacular fall. Robin, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Paul.
All the very best with the Easter show. That was a great fall, wasn't it?
Only playing until April 11th too. It's just
And where is it at?
It's at the Academy in Auckland.
Okay,
it
all
was
right.
the audience's favourite film at the Documentary New Zealand.
Have a
Festival this year.
lovely Easter. Did you ever go to the Easter show in your jammies?
Not in my jammies, no.
No, funny, we were struggling to find anyone on the planet who
No,
would
but
have
Francesca
shown
used to be
jammies.
taken out in her jammies, didn't you, Francesca?
But not
Be
to the
honest.
Easter show.
No, but only to people's...
grandmas.
Yeah, grandmas.
All right, well, that's the
Not
beginning. That's the
public.
beginning of
Yeah.
strange goings-on. All right, news is next.
By a 5-cent stamp to make up the 50 cents required. Will New Zealand post on a postage of 45 cents? I guess they probably
Well,
will
it's
if you've
not
got
until
it.
June. If you've stockpiled stamps, more fool you. It's not until June.
Well, you're on a roll now.
You know.
And this person agrees with it. Great idea. The more money made, the more investment available. Increasing the price on stamps is easier as it's a simple increase and minimal. We are so focused on everything being cheap, cheap, cheap. No one pays for quality. At 50 cents and $1 to get items hand-delivered is great value. Thank you, Brent.
We've had a lot of people write in to say that guy from New Zealand Post, what a plonker. And basically you can divide most of them into half. The people who've stockpiled 45-cent stamps and want to know why they can't use them, and the people that go in to buy one stamp. for 45 cents and they're charged 50. I mean, you know, somewhere in the middle there are intelligent people. Hello, Paul. I was the cameraman at that Easter show. We had the first and only colour camera in the country. Roger, thank you. Roger from Nelson. And this was years and years ago when I went to the Easter show, and they had all these TV sets, all black and white, except for one which showed a coloured picture. And people were in awe of it. He went on to say that he had long hair in those days, had to wear a white coat because he was a cameraman. John's not wearing a white coat today. And he had long hair, and someone complained, so he was called up to his boss at the NZBC and told he had to cut his hair or he couldn't be a cameraman.
That's very un-NZBC.
Yeah, we couldn't do that nowadays. Oh, we've tried. Dear Paul, re-Skoda. This was yesterday. I was complaining about Skodas being rubbish, although now they're much better, but they're still called Skodas. Do you think you're giving Skodas a fair go? Remember in the days of early Skodas, they were made to a price. They were cheap. Cheap people bought them and treated them like dirt. So is it any wonder they broke? And he's actually right. They were cheap, fair enough. They were cheap rubbish, at least, whereas nowadays you can buy a lot of expensive
But some people had them and
rubbish.
absolutely loved them, didn't they? And looked after them lovingly.
No.
And one or two.
No one loves Skodas.
Some people did love
Skodas.
Skodas.
That guy was brilliant. This is the New Zealand Post guy. That guy was brilliant. He should be a politician. He spoke for 8 minutes and never once actually answered a question. Why are you so surprised? Everything costs more. New Zealand Post have bills to pay, just like the rest of us. If ours costs have gone up, why haven't theirs? Monique, the point is, it's only 2 weeks since New Zealand Post said they were going to put the price down. Have your bills gone up much in the last 2 weeks? And finally from me, oh no, this is another one of those, you know, I bought 100 stamps, you know, last week. I've got 75,000 stamps stockpiled. Are they going to honour them? No.
Oh,
Who
dear.
stockpiles stamps?
Well, some people do.
Why?
You can buy a whole box, and if you haven't used your whole box...
Oh, I know. In case there's a nuclear holocaust, of course. You know, and you can't get to the... and you want to send letters and you can't get to the post shop. You know, you've got plenty of stamps. You know, if you can find any other survivors, you can hand them a stamp too. No, I'm just being a little bit cruel.
Cynical.
I'm just being cruel and cynical because, of course, there are so many stupid people out there. Coming up next on Breakfast, transport that is